Hello, everybody, and welcome anybody who's joining me live because I realize it's a holiday and people have stuff to do with their families. I completely get it. But yeah, I decided to do this today because I had a very busy week. We go back to school tomorrow. I mean, not that it's almost like half the work I normally do because I'm only doing elementary. So I just go pick up with the kids. A lot of them are my own kids off my bus. So it's super easy. I already know where they live. Drop them off. They have to be in school at 9. I go back at noon, pick them up and drop them off again. And in between, I have I have the whole 3 hours in between when they're not in school. So, and they only go Monday through Friday. But that's good because, wow, does she have a lot of simplicity? And I did not get all the simplicity done this week because she has that much simplicity. We know she loves simplicity. I've already talked about it, but the Simplicity's children, she went hard with the Simplicity's children. I mean, just so many patterns. And I have a confession to make. Oh, I really like this dress. So I went out online. And on Etsy, there was a woman who was selling this pattern really cheap. It was like $4.18, I think. She had it like a 20% off sale. So I bought it for myself. So someday when I can return to sewing, which by the way should be soon because this Thursday I drove my sewing machine. I drove the Burnett to the only certified Bernina dealership that can fix them in my area, which was like a 45-minute drive. And really mostly because of traffic, not even really because of mileage, but it's in a place called Bordentown, New Jersey, if anybody's ever been there. It's super cute. It's full of gorgeous historic Victorians. I really like Bordentown. I've always I really like Bordentown. But wow, this place has a real sewing center. They also fix vacuum cleaners, but it's mostly a sewing center. So the whole wall was lined with quilting fabrics. In fact, I asked the woman about apparel fabric, and she told me they really didn't have much, but that most of what I was looking at was quilting fabric. But it did my heart good because it's so nice to see these small places thriving instead of just Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I mean, and Michael's doesn't even sell really. It doesn't really sell sewing stuff, does it? I can't remember. I don't think Michael's does. I know Joann's does, and I know Hobby Lobby sells fabric and patterns and stuff, but it's nice to see these smaller places. In fact, I didn't do it, but after I get done the video, I'll put a link because I'm pretty sure they have a website. And if not, I'll at least put in the comments what the name of the place is. So yes, I bought myself a pattern to make myself this dress. This dress is also super cute, and actually so is this one. I sent my sewing machine into the shop to get fixed. So, we're moving along, right? All right. So you guys saw this. How funny, right? It's a shame. The letter C, which is the only one I really care about, is actually used. But they are really funny. And look at the graphics. Look how old this thing is. The graphics just crack me up. And it's like, oh, what can you do with it? Well, you can do all this stuff with it. Look, you can put stuff on your sneakers. I thought that was great. So you guys have seen that in the short video I did of my video that I did for Goodwill Tuesday. Speaking of, I did go to Goodwill today. They had a 20% discount. It wasn't even a code. They just send you a text and you show it to the woman at the cash register. It makes no sense. I don't know why they don't just give you a barcode, but whatever. And I went back today and I got some more stuff. Rather than overload everybody with everything on one day, I have the Goodwill haul. I actually titled it the 4th of July Goodwill Tuesday haul. I have it scheduled for like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So you will get to see some of the stuff I got, which included, by the way, patterns, which we'll look at the patterns next week. And spoiler alert, if you really want to see them, they're already up online because I wanted to just get them up online as quickly as possible, get them sold. And I went back to Goodwill Friday. So I got some more patterns. So let's quickly look at the patterns and some other stuff. So I went in and they had this thing of patterns. Now they've been pricing the patterns too high for my taste, too rich for my blood, right? So I wasn't going to get them. Well, let me put it to you this way. I wasn't going to get any patterns they had out. But then I saw this pattern. And so I pulled the trigger, full price, $8.99 for a bag of patterns with this one. This company has probably been out of business since probably the early 80s. It's Elise of California. They were a lot like a Stitch and Sew. They did a lot of stretch knit stuff. They did a lot of serger, early serger patterns. Again, their patterns are also, hold on. Their patterns are heavy paper, right? Not tissue, heavy paper. So when I saw it, I thought that pattern alone could pay for the entire bag of patterns, which it did. I can't remember what I listed it for, but I did list it. So it was this one. This one, which somebody should just buy for the name because it just cracks me up. Playtime pull-ons. But if you were like me, when you grew up, your mom said, take off your school clothes and put on your play clothes, right? We all remember this. This is another Elise of California pattern. And then the other patterns that were in there were this lovely one. Very apropos that I got this when I was doing children's simplicity patterns. Uncut factory folded. It includes that, this artist apron? Includes the pattern for this artist apron. It's really cute, right? Cute. And also this pattern. And it was funny because this pattern, I also have another children's personal fit pattern. So I put them together. Sorry, let me take this out. There's nothing really wrong with this. It's just that it's so big when I folded it back up, I couldn't really get it back in the envelope without destroying the envelope. So yes, it's just a personal fit pattern for a jumpsuit. It's a teen size. So it's 8, 8, and 10 in teen sizes, which you don't really see too much anymore, but they used to actually have patterns sized for teens. There were also these two patterns. This one's kind of interesting, right? It's I think this is boys and girls. And it is, oh no, it's adult and boys and girls. Is it all sizes? Yeah, I can't tell. I'm going to have to look at it closer. It's cut. It's pretty cool. It's a vintage pattern. I'm going to say late 60s, early 70s on this one. So that was kind of interesting. But then there was this pattern, which I have to tell you, I have, I would say at least a half a dozen of this kind of pattern. It's the big poodle skirt, and you can get the applique for the poodle, which this is a cut pattern. This woman, whoever owned it before, was nice enough to put the applique pieces after she cut out the poodle into an envelope and put it in here. So, but I mean, seriously, I have so many patterns. I think I actually have this one. And so many other patterns that are really similar to it. I mean, it is a cute basic skirt pattern also. As you can see here, it's got kind of the skater skirt also. So not a horrible haul. Worked for me. And then I also, when I was there Friday, grabbed another bag. Now, the reason I grabbed this is more of these, which the label's off of them, but these are fat quarters. They're still folded. They're absolutely, still folded. Then we had some more pieces, different size pieces, including this one, which was in the other haul. And then, and this one, I should show you guys this one. This one's kind of funny. I don't know what she's planning on quilting with this, but look how cute this pattern is. It's women's underwear. It's very cute. But the reason I grabbed this one, first of all, was only $4.99. They are pricing these really whack. It's the only way I can describe it. It's like a bag the same size as this, $6.99, and another bag with just about the same size as this, $9.99. I don't know who's figuring out the sizing, but I grabbed this one because this entire stack, it's very hard to see, is pre-cut squares. Now, do I want to do a quilt? No. But when I see a fabric like this, it kind of makes me want to. And she's done half the work. I wouldn't do it necessarily like this. I would probably then cut these down into 4s and then create some type of pattern out of that. One of my favorite patterns, because I have tried my hand at quilting. I just don't do it anymore. It's a lot of work and it's a very long project. You know, nobody throws together, like I can throw together a shirt in 2 weeks or less if nothing goes wrong, right? If my buttonhole is working, whatever. You can't throw together a quilt in 2 weeks. It doesn't happen that way. So for me, it's just not enough reward for the time I'm spending. So without further ado, let me line this up a little bit. I'm having some iced coffee. It is officially Hell's Front Porch in New Jersey, which usually happens. I don't know if you can hear it, but I have the air conditioning on. I'm keeping my house like a meat locker because outside right now, it's 97% humidity and it's about 95 degrees. Yeah, we get that in New Jersey. We get 100% humidity and it doesn't rain, and people think that's crazy that it doesn't rain when it's 100% humidity. I'm like, yeah, it's like walking around in a steam shower. It's like walking around in a steam bath right now. So without further ado, let's start at the beginning. This is very fragile. Sorry, I had to encase it in some plastic. It is a absolutely adorable 1940s girls pattern. And how do I know it's 1940s? Well, the hairstyle, the clothing, the shoes, everything, even the font of the simplicity. This is, I couldn't figure out what the copyright was, but someone else is selling this on Etsy. And so I looked at their ad, especially because I wanted to see how much they were charging for it. And they said 1945. So, all right. And then there's this one, this poor pattern. So many bad things have happened to it. Look, the baby's head's missing. But can you guys see how cute this is? Look at the little ruffled thing over here and then the jacket that goes over it. And you can make it for a boy or for a girl. So cute. Here's the line drawings. I also looked this one up. I want to say 52 on this one, 1952. The rest of these are a little bit out of order. So we're going to have some 50s and very early 60s mixed in here. But we had this pattern. Just little boys' overalls. This was cut. The overalls were cut. The shirt, the little camp shirt was not cut. This was uncut. The majority of these, by the way, are uncut. If I can remember which ones are cut, I'll let you know. But I mean, how cute, right? Oh, this one is uncut. And can you see how it's a smock dress? Included in here is a blue dye transfers for the smocking for the bodice of this. So, and it's really fragile. Sorry, guys. These were really fragile. These were the only ones that were super fragile. Everything else isn't in plastic because they weren't very fragile. This dress, which she wrote on, but so this is, to me, looks like a communion dress. Because if you look right there, she's got the little thing. If you're Catholic, you know what I'm talking about. Remember back in the old days, we had to cover our heads to go in church, and you had I used to call them the doily. Like, yeah, even as a kid, I had that kind of sense of humor. I was like, yeah, let me put a lace doily on my head and we'll go to church, right? This is so lovely, isn't it? And I love the little raincoat. She just looks so cute. The boots are killing me, and the little raincoat with the boots, but great pattern, uncut. This one's uncut. The envelope has a bit of damage, and I just am so loving that dog. The fact that they put the dog on the, let me see if I can, this one was a very thick pattern, but here. So this was cute. This was separates, and you know, you could do the vest in 2 different styles and all kinds of other stuff. It's nice, you know. Of course, you know, little girls don't dress like that anymore. Oh, this was incredible. I don't remember this at all. So this was partially cut. The blouse had been cut, the long sleeve blouse that's up here. So it's a girl's 7-day wardrobe pattern. Like, what? I've seen 7-day wardrobe patterns, vintage ones. In fact, I think I have a couple, but they're all geared for women. None of them are made for little girls, but it is all the pieces to make these 7 days of outfits, which I thought was funny is if you really look at them, they're just basically variations of the same outfit. There's like a pleated plaid skirt, and then there's just a full skirt with no pleats. That's not in plaid, you know. Oh, this was weird. Okay. Okay, so this was cut. It's actually a wounded bird. It's not fragile though. Let me take this out. It is a skimmer dress, which we now tend to call sheath dresses. It's missing a bunch of pieces, but the pieces for the shorts and the shirt are in there, and the pieces for the pieces for the shirt are not in there. And this came with these transfers for this monster, right? Well, the transfers, the unused transfers for that monster were still in this pattern. I don't want to unfold them too much, but they are this blue dye style. Yeah, I said I don't want to unfold them too much. So what am I doing? I'm unfolding them because they're all facing inward. Or maybe they're not. Okay. I guess it's just really light. Oh, you know what it is? It's just really light. All right. Anyway, these are the transfers. They were still in there. They're unused. They're very light. I don't know that these are going to work, but you know, it's an interesting novelty. You could certainly, at the very least, even if these don't work, you could use them as a pattern for applique. But it was this monster, Gonk. I don't remember Gonk. I don't remember if Gonk was a TV show. I don't remember Gonk. So if any of you remember Gonk and what Gonk was all about, and was it a TV show? Was he a character on, I don't know. I remember like Mr. Green Jeans and Howdy Doody and some of those shows. We had one in our area called The Gene London Show. There was also, what was the one? Romper Room. You know, there were characters, right? And I thought maybe Gonk was either a cartoon or a character on one of these. But regardless of all that, if you would like to make yourself a dress with Gonk on it, the dress pieces are missing, but I have the transfers. Then there was this. I swore I had this. I must have sold it. Interestingly, see this big stain here? The actual tissue pattern doesn't have any marks on it. So I don't know if they were separated or I don't know. But it's a unisex pattern, girls and boys. It's just pull-on pants, pull-on shorts, and a sleeveless or sleeved kind of camp shirt. This thing's so cute, isn't it? Oh, look at this. This was really fragile. I had to close it up. It's cut, but the only thing that was cut was this. The bikini is uncut, and this is the pieces for this to do the hood and the sleeves and the belt were uncut. Really cute pattern. Just thought it was like so adorable. Here's another communion pattern. So there you go. There she is, all dressed up for the communion. In fact, when I first saw this, I thought that the pieces for the headdress were in there, but they weren't. It's just for the fancy dress. And this one little girl looks like she's getting married. But, you know, that's what our communion dresses used to look like. If you're Catholic, you know what I mean. Oh, and this I just put aside. This was the other personal fit pattern. I ended up photographing these two together and putting them online together because I don't think I have any other children's personal fit patterns. So I just put them together. I did not get most of these patterns up. I'm going to keep working on it, but you know, honestly, I was quite the social butterfly this weekend, and I didn't do as much work on patterns as I should have to really get all this stuff done. In fact, I only got through till the youngest pattern is 1990. I will show you the stack of patterns that I didn't get to. Hold on. Here, there. So here's the rest of Simplicity. These are all 1990 forward, right? I don't think we have anything. Yeah, we do actually. I think these two that the last two I have might be 2000s. I also separated out the boys' patterns again. So we'll do these next week. But this one, she had 3 of these, which makes me think that somewhere there are several of these that are cut, so that's going to be interesting. Again, with the Western wear, like, was this one Western? No. She had another, let me show you. She had another one that was, nope, that's not Western either. She had one that was full on Western. Oh, here it is. So we'll take a look at these next week. I haven't been able to get to them yet. Like I said, I don't even have most of these up online, but you'll see. If you want to look, you'll be able to see what I do have online. Okay, so we have, this was an enormous pattern, which is why I put it in like this. Oh, and this is out of order. Hold on. There we go. Let's redo that. All right, so this is just fragile. This pattern was partially cut and it's quite fragile. The long sleeve blouse, I think it was this one, was cut, but really cute, right? So it's several blouses and the jumper. And you can see the back there. And this is 1969. So yeah, lots and lots of that. Lots and lots of that time. And then we have this one. This was 72 or something. Very cute, you know. We had a couple jiffies. In fact, I should have grouped these together because I think we had several jiffies. I just basically have them in color order. I didn't know where to start, so I just put them in color order. It just seemed to make sense at the time. Oh, look at this. Here, see, here's another communion dress. This is absolutely a first communion outfit, except that I don't know that we would have done such a mini skirt back in the day. But generally speaking, super cute dress. We used to call these prairie dresses, by the way. If any of you are old enough to remember that, as old as me. We used to call them prairie dresses because that's what they look like. And then we have basically a girl's three-piece suit. I mean, four-piece, honestly, because it's the vest, the skirt, the pants, and the jacket. So very cute, a little adult, especially what size is this? Well, this is a girl size 12. So maybe if you are a very petite woman, you could fit in this pattern, but I'm not going to make any promises. And then this is so cute. Some of these I really wish were actually women's patterns and not girls' patterns because they would sell like hotcakes. Like this dress here would sell so quickly. So cute. Here's another one. Oh, this would sell so quickly if it wasn't a girl's pattern. But what are you going to do? A simple to sew pattern. Can you guys see that? It's hard to see that lettering. And again, I consider this a peasant blouse, not as much of a smock blouse, but so cute and comes with the pants. You guys saw this one. I used this one in the community posting because it was just so patriotic. So there we go. And it's funny, a lot of these patterns have like staining on them, or even it looks like something got spilled on them. But then I would look at the tissue to see if the pattern was ruined and the tissue was fine. This is so cute. This little tennis outfit with the little jacket. So cute. Can't remember if this one was cut. No, uncut. I thought it might be cut because it's got a price. Somebody wanted 15 cents for it at some point in time, but never cut it. A literal smock dress, like really. And I love that they have the little, you can put the little shorts on underneath. Here's another jiffy. Yeah, I should have bundled the jiffies together. That's probably how I'll put them up online. I'll put all like the jiffies in one area and, you know. Again, with the kind of very adult clothing for girls, they're so serious looking, you know. And this was one that I wish was a woman's size because it would sell like crazy so fast. In fact, what size is it? It is a girl size 14. It's a bust 32, which I guess if you're petite, yeah, you could rock this pattern. If you're a petite woman, you could definitely rock this. You know, you guys also saw this one again, very red, white, and blue, very patriotic. And then this cute little strange thing. That thing goes over the skirt. It's not actually a variation where you can connect it like a jumper. Kind of odd, but whatever. Oh, this pattern. This is another one. The envelope's not in bad shape. It's just such a big pattern. To put it back would have really hurt the envelope. But it is a cape, but you also get the dress that's underneath. And you can see, unfortunately, there's an actual bite mark here. Some critter got to it, which is a shame. And, you know, it happens to the best of patterns. The critters get to them. And it's funny, I noticed they very often don't actually eat the whole pattern. They take like one bite. And I think they take a bite and go, ooh, yeah, I don't like this. This is paper. I don't want to eat this. Oh, this next pattern. When I saw this, all right, and you guys tell me, didn't Susan Day have this outfit on the Partridge Family? Like, I kept looking at it and thinking, I mean, honestly, as soon as I looked at the pattern, all I could think was Partridge Family. Like, it just reminded me of the Partridge Family. Here's another really cute pattern. This one was also cut. This apron over blouse thing. This thing, it's a better view of it because you can see the back. This thing, that was cut. The rest of it wasn't cut. And it's really strange because it has like bikini bottoms and pants, and it's a really strange pattern because I'm not really sure. They call it a bathing suit and bell-bottom pants. So I guess that's what it is. Here's what I'm talking about. See this pattern? I mean, looks like it's completely sopping wet, right? Somebody just doused this pattern. But look at the tissue. Yeah. It smells musty. They all kind of have a musty smell, but not horrible, considering looks like something bad happened to this. It has been, unfortunately, a little too humid and a little too wet to really get these to air out the way I want them to. So they may sit in the box and air out a little bit more before I actually put them away. So, all right, so here's the first in the series. Holly Hobby. Yes, it is Miss Holly Hobby. It is the whole shebang with this, by the way, including, the bonnet, because, you know, you are not cottagecore unless at some point in time in your life you rocked an apron and a bonnet that matched. Yeah, so don't talk to me about cottagecore. You're not cottagecore until you rocked a bonnet. Here's another Holly Hobby. I haven't looked these up. I have no idea if these are super valuable or what, but there's actually two of these. I have the other one airing out, trying to get some of the, basementy smell out of it. Again, with the bonnet, got to have the bonnet or it's not Holly Hobby. This is another one. If this was a woman's size, that shirt, just the shirt, would sell so quickly. But this pattern actually includes the bell bottoms also. But the shirt is just so cute. But it's a girl's, what is it? It's a girl's 8, so it's a bust 27. That's a tough one. Yeah. Oh, this outfit. Okay. This is my dream outfit. All of them, by the way. This is my dream outfit from like 1976. I don't remember what date this was, but amazing, right? I mean, look at these pants with the cuff turned up. And look at this whole suit thing. I mean, come on. It's kind of stuff I wanted to wear when I was young. And I would have worn it with clogs, by the way. We were talking about clogs last week. I would have totally worn it with clogs. Just a really cute baby doll dress. And this does actually include the blouse. So kind of sweet. Sweet little pattern. This, so cute. Again, if this was a woman's pattern, it would sell so quickly, everybody's heads would spin. Another one. Oh, this one's. See, that's the only problem. They are a little fragile in that the envelopes. See, the envelope's talking to me here. And I don't like to tape them. I'm not a taper. I do find sometimes especially the ones I get from like garage sales and stuff. I'll notice that they've been taped. I think it's like they're trying to make them look better before they try and sell them. Another smocky kind of baby doll dress, smock blouse pattern. Super cute. Very, very cute. Again, would sell great if it was women's size, but it's not. It's girl size 8. And unless you're very petite, it's a 27-inch it's a 27-inch breast. So unless you're very petite, which I'm sure there's many of you out there, yeah, you're not going to be able to really, it would be very hard to upsize that. I'll put it to you this way. To grade that pattern up would be extremely difficult. All right, so whole nother stack here. Okay, so speaking of transfers, this pattern, I mean, the envelope is so banged up. It's got old tape on it. It's just a really banged up envelope. So I was thinking, let's cut, probably not cut, and still has unused hang 10 transfers in it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this pattern survived this long with all of that stuff going on. It just seemed like it would be something that would have gotten cut. It would have gotten used, you know. Nope. It's all in there. It's all good. So then we had this just really super cute. It comes with the pattern for this pocket, but not as an applique, simply as a half moon pocket. But I guess you can get creative and make it into a watermelon. This is so cute. This is such a cute like 80s dress, but in the style for a little girl. I thought that was really adorable. Thought this was a nightgown. I'm wrong. It's a pinafore dress, which it is, but when I saw it, I thought nightgown. Doesn't that look like a nightgown, right? I was wrong. Now we're getting into we have a lot of patterns by specific companies that made clothes for little girls. This one, I've got a couple of these Cinderella dress patterns. These are, I don't know. I guess these were an 80s thing. I may have one or two of these that are from the 90s, but I have a fair amount of these already. And there's, Cinderella dress patterns. And now we come to the real serious cachet. And again, if these were women's patterns, all right, these next patterns, if they were women's patterns, I could make a fortune off them. But they're not. They're little girls. They are gunny sack. Yeah, I know. It so sucks that they are not. And they're small too. Like, don't even think that you can buy this in grade up because this is a girl's size 4. This is basically a toddler's pattern, right? But it's gunny sack. This one's a 5. Again, more gunny sack. Very cute, but again, there's no way you're grading this pattern up to fit an adult woman. But if they were adult women's sizes, I'd be doing really well. Okay, so this is a girl size 14. I know that's going to be very tempting to people. I'm trying to see what the chest size is on a 14. Well, it's a 32, but you have to remember it's like a girl's 32, so it's going to be tight. But yeah. And here we go. This one's from 1989. This is the last of the gunny sack. I'm not sure how much. And it's funny because this one, you notice, says Jessica McClintock, whereas these only say gunny sack. They don't say anything about her. So, oh, wait, they do. It's really tiny, though. Wow. Yeah, it's in the emblem. Is it in all the emblems? It is. It's in the emblem, but you can't even see it. It's way down there. So, okay. Then here's kind of the last of it. We have this. I'm going to put these away. Oh, there we go. So we have, I think I have some of these too. These stretch and sew. So these are These are 80s, so they're, early serger patterns when people were just, again, I've talked about this before, sergers came in to style, and all of a sudden we were doing a lot more stretch knits, and sergers were becoming less expensive. They were being used in home use. Oh, here's another set of these patterns that are some type of company, and this is Florence Eisman. I've never heard of Florence Eisman. There's her name. Let me see if I can get a good view. Florence Eisman, and it is this dress. So weird line drawing. It's this dress, very fancy little girl's dress. And here's another Florence Eisman. And again, another kind of fancy little girl's dress, another pinafore dress. I don't remember pinafores being quite as popular as they apparently were, but they were. This is all late 80s going into 90s. And the reason I know that is because this is when Simplicity started to do the open lettering with no coloring. And they stopped doing the color coding. And then in the 90s, here, I'll grab you a 90s Simplicity. In the 90s, Simplicity did this. The plain old black Simplicity lettering. Yeah, these kids are going to haunt your dreams. I know they are. Wait, there we go. Yeah, right. I know. It's like The Shining. Come and play with us. I know. I realize it. Oh, totally 80s. So cute, though. But like basically, they're actual joffers for little girls, which I don't think I remember ever seeing little girls. And again, with that weird line drawing. There we go. Yeah, little girls wearing joffers. It's just such a kind of a strange thing. There we go. And this is our very last pattern, which is from 1990, because I looked at it and I thought, that looks kind of like a 90s pattern. And it was. And who's it by? Easy Essentials. Okay. And then the rest of the patterns, the box that I showed you, with the exception of the patterns that are the boys' patterns, are over here. They're all 90s. I just didn't get to them. And like I said, I wasn't even able to put most of these up online because I ran out of time. So some of these I'll be able to get up tonight. I'll just like sit while I'm watching TV, put these up online. So next week, which is already Sunday and today's already Tuesday, so it's a very short week, I'm going to do these. Then the following week, I'll do McCall's because I need more time. I didn't realize, like when I say she went hard on simplicity, I'm not kidding. She really likes simplicity. So that's why there are so many. Another thing I wanted to mention, this week, there's a YouTuber named Miranda Maid, who I watch all the time. I'm a subscriber of hers. And I was watching one of her videos because, when you watch YouTube a lot and you subscribe to different channels, it comes up in your subscriptions. It tells you when someone has uploaded a new video. And she done upload a new video. And she's talking about, I believe she lives in Korea, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. I'm sure somewhere she's got a video that says, an about video that talks about where she lives. But she says she talks about not being in America. And she said she returned home to the States for a visit and that she was able to get some vintage notions and some vintage patterns and some vintage fabric while she was home. And she proceeds to start talking about patterns that she bought off Etsy. Well, and some of you know where this is going. She's putting the patterns down. And I'm like, that's how I had that pattern. And I'm like, wait, I had that pattern too. And she gets to one of the patterns and she flips it over and she goes, look, the pattern seller gave me a tea bag. And I was like, oh my gosh, she bought those patterns from me, right? So I went and I looked at it. I found her order and she did indeed buy these patterns for me. She also gave me good reviews. By the way, Olivia, thank you for a good review. I didn't even realize you bought another pattern. I don't know how I missed that, but I hope you're using the discount codes. That's all the discount code is always down there. So please use the discount code. But anyway, Miranda from Miranda Made bought a bunch of sewing patterns from me. And then she showed them in a video. She didn't mention my name. It's fine, because it was just really amazing to see someone actually showing a pattern that I had sold to them. It was crazy. It was a really weird feeling. So I have linked the video down below. If any of you don't watch Miranda Made on a regular basis, check her out. I really like her videos. She does a lot of vintage sewing, and she's just, if you like watching me talk about patterns and not actually sew, you'll love her channel. So anyway, I put that link down below. Everything else is linked down below. The code for the discount code for the shop is down below, all of it. So until Sunday, like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell so you know when I post another video. Tomorrow I have my short video that I did of the things that I found today at Goodwill. So it was pretty okay haul. And until next time, thank you for stopping by. And I hope you have a great week. Everybody stay cool and stay well. And I will see you on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Bye.